Hello and welcome to the Universes Academy, not podcast, but rather preview for set 6.
Yeah, we got another one.
That's
Let's
right, and another
go.
one.
And
I think
another
that
one.
actually, I don't know, we'd have to
Is this three? Is this three?
since set 2, set 1's the only thing we did not preview. And
Four.
to be fair, set 1 didn't really have content creator previews, so we kind of been in at the ground level. So thank you, UVS Games, for including us once again in this. We're super excited to share this character and their kit with you guys. This character really harkens back to something that Chris and I are a little bit familiar with, but others may not be so familiar with. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, very fair to say. It harkens back to I don't know, it seems like the design team, I've seen other previews from set 6 and stuff, and like of the MHA era, love this era of I guess we would call it the universal fighting system, which turned into universes. So they love this era of cards. So it seems like they've been picking and choosing their greatest hits, as it will.
Yeah. Well, I think that also, some of the more fun characters and unique designs and things like that. Like, they're not going back and picking some of the duds along the way. I don't see any Crashman reprints, and Crashman was a cool idea, but he went.
We're also not seeing like Vespera level type stuff either, so that's kind of cool. That'd be like number one on my list because she was my favorite.
I bet she was. You're like,
Spider
I'm
Lady,
touch the world.
Oh yeah, that are my one, man. Let's go. Give me those right now.
You're a bad man.
Oh, I know. But tonight or this afternoon, whenever
today,
I guess. dating the episode like always. We get to show off a spiritual reprint. Actually, I think it's just a straight up reprint of an older character. So, Matt, why don't you take us into it?
Yeah. So, guys, without any further ado, because we know what you're here for. You're here for the goods.
No, you're not here for us.
Exactly. We just happen to be in front of the goods. We got Edgeshot. That's right. Mr. Number 4 pro hero himself, Edgeshot. So let's check him out real quick. I'm going to throw him up on the screen for everybody.
The Paper Ninja. Ninja.
So, on your screen, you're now checking out Edgeshot. Edgeshot is a 719. He's got Fire, Good, and Void as his symbols. He has 2 responsibilities, and both of them are free. So I want to start here by telling you that's good. Free abilities are always good, and responses are normally better than enhances in a lot of situations. They're harder to interact with. So all that to say, his first response is response. After you review an attack, your non-attack cards get -1 difficulty and -1 to their block modifiers until the start of your next turn. And then he has response. After you review a non-attack card, your attacks get +1 speed and +1 damage until the start of your next turn. And then he is a pro hero, and he has the Lurkers tag on him, which clearly we've already seen stuff for pro heroes, so presumably there's going to be stuff for the Lurkers, which is like a subgroup, I believe, within
MHA, right? It is his pro hero team name. Okay, I think like him, Kamui Woods, and Mount Lady
Mount Lady's in their squad.
are the Lurkers is the squad. So maybe we already have Mount Lady confirmed. So is this a Kamui Woods 2?
It might be a soft Kamui Woods 2 confirmed. Could be happening, guys. Could be. Maybe we have no clue of knowing because it's the only one we actually know.
I hear Jose Norono going, Woodman 2? What? Yeah.
So this guy is a spiritual reprint of an older character, like we were referring to earlier, one of the versions of Lord Raptor. And it's literally exactly these abilities. And he has different symbols, but largely irrelevant. They shared the void symbol for what it's worth. But
yes, they do.
And I'm just saying these things because they are bringing retro back. So for those of you who might be interested in dabbling into that Lord Raptor is also in that format. So check it out. But yeah, this dude's cool. Like, I liked that Lord Raptor a lot anyway. Clearly on face value, before we get into his kit, you only get 1 review a turn, right? So basically what his character says is, hey, is it an attack turn? Pitch a non-attack card, any non-attack card, and all your attacks get +1 speed and +1 damage. And then he says, hey, it's not an attack turn. Well, if you want to pitch an attack, all of your foundations get -1 difficulty or assets, also, like to point out, and actions, and everything gets -1 to its block modifier.
Yeah, which is kind of sick.
Or your non-attack cards. Sorry, attacks don't get better when you review.
If you're going second with this character, you review an attack. If you have like 6 foundations, you're building all of them.
Right. Well, and you tell
Depending
them,
on
good
curve.
luck killing me,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you're like, in my block
Seriously,
mods, I'll get
yeah.
-1.
Yeah.
So
Because
it's
we already
effectively
know.
-1 speed to everything.
Because like we already know that the pro hero asset is a +1 mid block with
Mhm.
infinity on it, so it's a +0 mid block with breaker 1 on this character with this
Ooh.
character. So that's really sick in a
Ooh.
7-hander. It's nice defensive power.
That's brutal, dude.
So I know we only get 1 review step a turn. Do you think maybe we may get some cool effects in his kit? That we might be able to review more cards somehow.
I would not be surprised at all if in his kit there may be a way for you to review more than one
Review
card in a turn.
Yeah.
Specifically, probably with his attacks.
Let's do
Like
it. Let's do
photo
it.
body skewer. So, Chris, you got photo body skewer? You
I
want to
got
take it
it.
through?
Yeah, I
You
got
got
it.
it?
I can do
Okay,
it.
okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
So
I don't want to spoil all of them. I want to share.
Oh, it's all
share the
good. It's all
love.
good. I'm usually just here for the hype train. So fold the body skewer. It's a 6/3 +2 low block, 3 low 7 punch weapon. Obviously, it's his symbols. Enhance. Commit 1 foundation : this turn after you play an attack card, discard 1 card and draw a card. The discarded card counts as being reviewed. Second ability, discard 1 momentum. If this attack is completely blocked, remove it after it resolves. So it's already very cool. Unfortunately, it's like a turn slower than we'd want because there are ways to get snap momentum, which we're playing a punch, so we could technically play something to get something into our momentum, but
Sure.
it's okay.
And we
It's
got the
fine.
good symbol. We can do some
Yeah,
stuff.
we're really playing this thing for the commit 1 foundation to review a card after every attack we play.
Right. So this is also kind of a spiritual reprint, right, of Ultimate
Yep,
Undead from
Ultimate
that
Undead.
same Lord
Correct.
Raptor's kit, and
Yep.
it's got a little bit different stats, clearly different symbols, and some different keywords, but similar abilities. And
Yep.
man, this card is cool. Like I know you're looking at this card and you're like, that's a 6 diff and it's super slow. Nah,
Yep.
this is a 6 diff that is really like a 5 low
Yep.
9 starter. Because.
Yep.
You're gonna review the 1 at the start, give it +1/+1, and then you're gonna get another trigger off on it. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You can kind of even set your turn up. You have Midoriya's new foundation that after one of your punches deals damage, you can flip and like pitch him a minimum or whatever to give your next one -3
Oh,
diff or something.
yeah.
Like if you
Yep.
wanted to play this second, like poke with something
Yeah.
first, kind of like bluff. Like, is it a real turn? Is it a fake turn?
Well, technically we could because we could hit that first. We can hit with that first punch if we have momentum from an earlier turn. Flip that, get rid of a momentum, sweep the 1 punch into our momentum with pull no punches. Have momentum to clear this if it gets fully blocked. So we love magical Christmas land here at UA. So
Well, and
it's gonna work.
that way that top ability is worded, once you've paid that cost, it doesn't say while this is in your card pool. So
Yeah.
that is just going to happen for the rest of the turn, even if its second ability goes off, which is
Yes.
important for people to know because they've kind of gotten away from the while this is in your card pool wording on
Yeah.
things. In particular, they normally just put card pool in the cost or in the ability somewhere if it's
Yeah.
only usable while in the card pool or something like that. So it doesn't have all that is what I'm getting at. So
Yeah.
once you've used this ability and committed that foundation, it's live for the turn, whether that card
Yeah.
stays there or not. And that's really cool because, to your point, it self-clears. So you're like, why would I want to use this ability and commit, a bunch of foundations just to have it self-clear, so
Because his response is stacking, and every time you discard a non-attack card, you get +1/+1 for your turn.
exactly. Yeah. So like,
It's
you
super
do this a
cool.
second time, you play this and then you do this ability one more time and now everything's +2/+2. If you ever get to +3/+3, Ojiro 2 would like to talk to you because that's what he did and he got banned. He was a 6-hander.
Yes.
So he didn't get banned. I'm sorry. He got
He got
neutered to the point where
errated.
he's not
Yeah.
super viable.
Oh,
But
yeah,
that's
very
exactly
true,
what he
very
did,
true.
right? He gave those symmetrical stats and
Yep.
he added and scaled really well. And that's kind of what this character might be able to do. He's got to work a little harder at it though. Like
Yeah, he does. I think that's the issue is that he has to work a little bit to get it. Like not gonna lie, +1/+1 across a turn isn't terrible.
no, it's super free.
It's not the best. It's not the worst. It's
Right.
just really good. Like
Right.
adding 1 speed, 1 damage all the time. So
Right.
you know.
Well, like you can do You can do cool defensive things with this character also, with the other ability to review
Yeah.
an attack to then do stuff. And that's kind of where my mind immediately goes. I'm like, wait, -1 to your block mods. Like, that means I got some +0s I'm not supposed to have. That means I've got some +1s that I would have been 2s before. Like, this dude can play defense.
It could also mean you have some plus negative block mods.
Could have a negative block mod. That's true. Your hardened uppercuts are -1 block mods.
-1
Wait,
block
no, it
mod,
doesn't hit attacks. It doesn't hit attacks. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know.
Whew, had to pump the brakes there, guys. I was getting a little too excited.
You know what though? That also means your capture evildoers are +0 breaker 1s.
Yes.
So that's really good.
Oh, well, I was thinking about. I was like, Ice Storm is a 1 block, but it doesn't hit attacks. We're good. They got ahead of me. Good job, design. Good job.
Yep.
So he has 2 more cards that we have to share with you guys today. Then another attack and then a foundation. Just go ahead and rip the band-aid off, give you the heads up of what you're in for. In particular, this attack.
So could we take a second though? Since he only has like a mini kit, it kind of because up until this point of us recording, we've seen X amount of full kits so far. So there's only so many full kits in the set.
That's true.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb because we're recording now and it's the 14th of September. I think that's the date.
Oh man, he's just putting the date out there.
I'm gonna go out and say that there's going to be like mini kits that are going to fuse into a full kit. Like maybe Mount Lady works with him and vice versa.
Like maybe the lurkers all work and play nice together, right?
Yeah.
That would make sense. They're a subset. If they all have that keyword. If
kinda
Kamui's in it, we
harkens
don't
that.
know. But let's just say if Kamui is in it and they have the full lurkers, which it kind of, if we're like to your point, if we're already at the point of mini kits, like these 4 or 5 card kit kind of things, and not a full support, then it would make sense that there's a few more characters. And didn't they? I want to say like in one of the articles, didn't they talk about like there's like 20 characters or something? Like I don't remember what.
Yeah,
it was,
I don't
feel
remember.
Like they said a higher number than we expected
Yeah.
with the total card count that we've seen. So
Like I know that Mount Lady's been confirmed, so maybe they all like work off the response window, like something like that. You know,
cool.
they all do,
or maybe
so, like,
reviewing a card, right?
Yeah,
like something that he's doing already. And this is pure speculation because we only know ours. So like we're in the same boat as everybody else outside of these 4 cards. You know, like
because again we've mentioned that this design team loves that King of Fighters to Warriors the Night Indine's kind of block worth of cards.
Yeah.
So in the old game, it kind of makes sense though. Like a team has like 3. Like in KOF, they had a 3-people team, which all their cards kind of mesh together. So maybe this is the same type of thing.
Yeah,
I'd
be interested.
Sorry for showing my boomer age.
I'd be interested to see if they share symbols like they did back then. That could be
maybe
pretty cool if they do. But if they don't, like I guess they only have to have 1 in common. But that feels really bad then, right? Because then you're like locked into I have to play this character on these symbols unless their ability generically applies to their other symbols also, right? Like for example, like he has the weapon sub kit kind of that he can play with that it doesn't really work with his character card quite as well. There's not other ways to review there, so you're kind of banking on new stuff, but I don't know, we'll see. With that being said,
it
right,
kind of makes me think that maybe each character will have like 2 attacks and a foundation, so that kind of maybe I don't know, whatever.
Let's see this next attack. How about that?
Let's see this next attack, please.
1000 Sheet Pierce. 1000 Sheet Pierce is a 4 difficulty 2 check. With a +2 high block. It's a 3 speed high doing 5 damage. It's got his symbols, has the weapon keyword, and then it has 2 abilities. It says enhance, discard a card, and draw 2 cards. So you net a card.
That also is a free ability.
Oh yeah. That's not cost. That's just free. Yeah,
it's not cost. It's free.
And then it says the discarded card is counted as being reviewed. So boom, we review with our character. Boom, we lead 1000 Sheet Pierce. We live, boys. We live. Or we live the ultimate dream, and we have the photo body skewer first. Then we 1000 Sheet Pierce, and this bad boy's getting +3, +3.
+3. Baby.
Makes this a 6. I do an 8. Let's go.
Go.
And then it says response. After you play this card, the next attack played this turn gets flash. So that's super cool because Flash, as you may or may not know, skips the enhanced step. So since his abilities are responses, that, let's say in this situation, because we live in Magical Christmas Land, that third attack that we play, which is another 1000 Sheet Pierce, because why wouldn't it be?
Sure, why not?
Is going to get +4/+4. Because it would flash, so we can't use its ability to dig again. But because of that, folded body ability, we're going to get the review one there. We already reviewed one at the
Review.
start of the turn, and then
Yeah.
we use this one. Like, that's insane. This thing's going to
Yeah.
be a 7 high for 9.
Yeah, it's worth the 2 check because it also can flash your opponent's attacks if you block with it.
And that is huge because it says response after you play this card. It doesn't say this
Correct.
attack.
Yep.
It doesn't say this block. It's just after you play the card. So, like, you can do sneaky things here where, like, oh, hey, I'm going to block this attack knowing that they're going to throw that. I don't know. Let's just name a card. Maybe, hold on, one's coming to me. I think it might be repeated 100% smash. And
Yep.
yeah, you're like, I'm going to block this attack first where he's clearly trying to set up because he just telegraphed and told me, hey, I'm using Overhaul next. And you're like, block
Yep.
this one, flash the next one. Have fun.
Yeah. Have fun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Also, it also not even in him. Like I'm thinking, like I know Andrew Holder's brain is going to explode, but in Jiro 1, this card gives Jiro. I guess it's another 2 check, but it gives
Yeah.
you ways because she's really bad at drawing cards. It really gives you a way to fish for more cards, and you're already playing some flash attacks already, so you
And
might
it's a
as well.
weapon, so she gives it speed.
And it's speed. Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
the thing.
I
too.
like it.
gives
I think
speed.
I
It's
think you
kinda
could
neat.
probably run it
Yeah.
instead of sound waves depending on the build.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's
yeah.
better than sound waves in that deck. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
a different build.
yeah.
It's a more aggressive build, right? You're like, hey,
Yeah,
I want to
like-
just really punch people in the face.
Yeah, because you're looking at like a good stuff build off
Mm-hmm.
of the good symbol with her then, so maybe like you are playing like a more of like a Wesley Bittner type of build. Like I know he just played it at Rochester, so you know like maybe this fits in there somehow. I know
Yeah.
Sound Waves is maybe if they ever ban Sound Waves, this just goes right into it. But who knows? Whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, anywho,
I think
we're not here to talk about that. We're here to get hype about cards.
That's right.
So,
So yeah, like I think with those 2 attacks alone, like I think when you go to build this character, right, you're gonna slam 4 of those cards in there, maybe 3 of the 2 check.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. But yeah, like I think that you start there and then you work your way out, right? Like maybe you can make an argument for running 3 of each attack, right? Because one's a 6 diff and one's a 2 check. But
Yeah.
outside of just preference, you're definitely going to run these attacks in him because any additional triggers of a review step that you can get are going to categorically just make your turn better.
Better. Yeah.
So it's worth the risk and it's worth the higher cost. You want to show him this final card, Chris? You want to take him through
Yeah,
the
let's
number
take a-
4 pro hero?
Okay, so I know I'm lame by saying I think I'm the hypest for this card because it's stupid good. I think I'm really lame for saying that
It's a
because
cool card.
it's a really neat card, and I like interactions that are not like normal just attacks and foundations. I like stuff doing things like getting free benefits. So it's a 2/5 +3 mid. His symbols, no keywords or anything because at this time we've seen some foundations with keywords, which is kind of nuts in its own right. It has 2 abilities. First one, response. After you review this card, if you have 2 or more foundations, build it face down. Only 1 copy of this ability can be played this turn. Second ability, enhance. Add this card to your hand. Your rival's attack gets -2 speed. So right off the bat, I know I know when I first read that, I started reading it and then kind of like thought to myself like, "Oh boy, turn 1, I get a foundation right off the bat." And then I'm just like, "Oh, that's right. Gotta have 2 or more foundations."
Gotta
So
have 2.
that's fine. You can't turbo build turn 1, but turn 2, this gets us +1/+1 and a free foundation with him. So that's pretty cool. And they can give us like because we're on the defense. It's a +2 mid because we reviewed an attack card the turn before.
All right.
And we return it to our hand, -2 speed, block on a +2 mid if we need to or whatever. Or, maybe we need some, what's the last attack we just saw? 1,000 Sheet Pierce. Or maybe Fold a Body fodder. So, yeah, we can just snap that back to our hand and then just discard it
Right.
for the
That's what I was about
review.
to talk about.
Yeah, we can cycle it once per turn with those abilities because it says rival's attack. It's not our attack.
Yep.
So we can get free value out of that and not lose anything, which is kind of nice because with the commit a foundation, because we may be down a foundation for committing for Foldabot skewer, that allows us to like do some weird plays or whatever. I'm not sure what I'm talking
So
about.
that's kind of
Crazy.
the one thing that I wish this card did have that it doesn't have. I really wish that enhanced.
Tenacious?
Yeah, I
Had
wish that enhance
Tenacious.
had
Yeah,
Tenacious on it.
same.
Yeah, because
Same. Me
then
too.
it really just super synergizes with it, right? And it might be that that's a
Yeah.
little too
Yeah.
good, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to
Too
tap
strong.
this thing, then
Yeah.
I'm going to pick this up, then I'm going to flip these other things. Like, it's a
Hmm.
little too much synergy,
Yeah.
and I'm sure that
Yeah.
playtest and design tested that out and probably explored
Yeah.
that. But that being
Hmm.
said, yeah, like the top ability is kind of a reprint of Soul Beats, right? Like it's a similar type thing where you could
Yeah.
review it if you have copies of it, you can pull it in. But it didn't have the
Yep.
once per turn restriction on it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is
Yeah.
a much more balanced version of it, different stats and all. But it's a really
Yeah.
cool ability. Like that's the only reason I mentioned it is because like that card was
Yeah.
super satisfying and fun in Lord Raptor back in the day. I know it's going to have the same effect now, and that's what I like
Yeah.
about this little mini kit that they decided to explore and bring in is that they chose basically like, hey, of this kit, what cards were the most fun? Like, what cards were the most impactful?
Yeah.
We're going to bring
Yeah, correct.
those in, and then maybe we tweak them a little bit and modify them. But they didn't give us like some of the other like cards that just felt kind of clunky in there. That's like, oh, when I review this, my
yeah.
rival loses 2 health, or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, so I'm excited for this character. Like, I keep wanting a 7-hander that I can just play and feel really good about. That's not Asui, because I feel like she's normally pretty solid. And I'm just not. And we've talked about how just doesn't like me, so I keep going back to him, and he just keeps saying that. But all that to say, I think this character is gonna be a lot of fun. And I definitely want to explore and try out this character, see what kind of cool stuff you can do with him. Fire, good, and void.
Yeah.
My initial
Some
thought is
neat-
I'd want to try
yeah.
like maybe I don't know. I kind of want to try a fire build because I feel like fire just has a ton of draw, But I don't know. I'm kind of wishing
But
that
also,
calling
like-
for backup said review a card, because you kind of review
Oh,
one.
yeah.
I
that's
wish it
kinda
said
neat,
that, but
yeah.
it doesn't.
Yeah. Well, maybe down the line, or maybe in the set somewhere, they have something that's if this card is discarded due to your effect, it's considered reviewed. That would be cool. It's like
Dude.
like a response or something when it hits
Right.
the card pool. I don't know how they would be able to rule that at all.
How you have
but,
to phrase it to make it work, but like
to make it work. But
I
it'd be
think
kind of
that-
neat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think that that's really what this character wants, right? Like his 4 cards work really well with him. I think if there's any other support, like we're speculating there may be with these mini
Yeah.
kits, if that is
Yeah.
true, then I think you could really see this little idea, like the review step thing or whatever it might be. Like I'm just assuming that's
Yeah.
what it is because that's what he's focused on. And if that's true, then you could really see something kind of cool come from that. And I think people are going to enjoy playing that. I think it's a good
Yeah.
addition to the game. Also, it's just cool because it's the first copy of Edgeshot. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the number 4 pro hero. He's in it since like season 2, I think, is when you first see him, right? Like
Okay.
it's-
I don't know. I don't remember.
when they go to save
I know he's
Bakugo.
I know he's in the raid, right? He's in the Undaunted raid, right? And then it's like they didn't have anything in the.
Oh, dude,
he
he's
had
in it when they go
nothing-
to save Bakugo after Bakugo gets
Oh, that's
captured
right.
at the
yeah.
camp.
Yeah, that's
Like-
right. Yeah,
like-
that's right. Oh,
yeah,
that's
like-
right. It's right. Yeah.
So,
Because
like,
doesn't he like peek through? Doesn't he like go through
Yeah.
like underneath the door or something like
Something
that?
like
and he
that. Well,
looks
then
or-
he's there with like All
Yeah.
Might and Kamui Woods when they're
Yeah.
like, so like all that to say,
yeah.
like it's one of those things. Like, also, spoiler alert, this dude is like next level by the end of the story. And I say the end of the story, things that are currently happening. And if you know, you
Oh,
know.
sure.
If you
Okay.
don't know, you don't
You
know, and
don't,
I'm not
you
gonna ruin it
don't.
for you.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but we might get a version 2 of this guy one day now that he's in the
Oh,
game,
okay,
and that would be
cool.
pretty sweet.
Okay. Cool.
So
Yeah.
we'll
Awesome.
see.
Awesome.
But-
Yeah, I like him. I also like it that he's like. See, I'm a big. I want defense on my face, and he gives us defense on our face as a 7 hand size. So,
Yep.
because we like defense
Right.
in this game because it's fun to play. It's fun to have counterplay to stuff. So,
Dude, you just made me wonder. Like, there's nothing in his kit that lets him review to get -2 to his block mods. Is there? I didn't see anything that I can think of because it was all the review stuff was on attacks.
well, I mean, like if you poke. And with Hell Dunk.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, with 1,000
fold-up-
sheet pierce.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh yeah, and then you get
1,000
the extra review
whatever.
there. You're right.
Get the extra review, so you could get -2 to your block mods. So say you're poking and you're just trying to
Filter
to
through.
filter through for more foundations or a defensive piece. I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, I
but
like legit. If you do that, let's pull on this there for a minute. If
Yeah.
you do that and you have
Yeah.
-2 to your block mods for the entire through your next turn cycle, one you also have -2 difficulty to all the things you're building after that. So like it's super safe to do. Like you
Yeah.
could check it too and be like, I don't care.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly. Yeah,
but like the
exactly.
-2 to your block mods is huge.
Pretty good. It's really
Like,
good.
So
Like,
let's
I don't know. I
find-
think he's solid. I really think he's solid.
let's
I
find
do. I
all
think-
the other breaker defensive non-attack cards, and let's slam them all in a deck and let's play this dude. That's where my mind goes.
He makes a race +0 mid breaker 1 if you want to play your races in him.
Yeah, play off a void and do that.
Off a void. Yeah, and you get the weapons and stuff from Ayazawa, so you know, getting +1/+1 to total erasure binding.
And some of the stain stuff has weapon on it too. Stain 2 does. And yeah.
Ooh, Blood Moon Rending sounds kind of good. Yeah.
Yeah, because think about like what was it, the Midnight Launcher, I can't remember its actual name, Branish Steel. It's already just stats the card. And if you're just adding more stats to stats the card, that might be good enough, you know, like we'll see. Because like for your rival to interact with it, like I said, it's got to kind of be at response speed, unless it's something that's like you know, returns to print or something like that. So I don't know, man. I'm super hyped for it. Guys, if you have not already, make sure that you're getting your pre-orders in for set 6 at Jetburn. It is coming out on November, is it
17th.
17th and 10th is the pre-release. 10th is pre-release. That's what my mind went to first, is the pre-release. Sorry, that's when I get cards, you know?
And that's when I get cards too.
And then, exactly. Yeah, man, like keep checking out these previews. Again, thank you, UVS
Check out all the
Games.
other content creators, because you know they all do an awesome job too. So,
absolutely, yeah. Check out the other previews. And if you have not yet, and you enjoyed our content, make sure to like and subscribe. And keep in mind, we got some big stuff coming down the pipe. So you're definitely going to want to turn on those notifications going into October as we approach our anniversary. We are going to be, man, we're doing this for a minute. We're going to be, you know, going and trying to share the love and trying to expand our community and bring some more stuff to you guys. So we appreciate all that you've done for us and your support. Let us know your thoughts and cool interactions that you come up with for Edgeshot in the comments down below. And once again, thank you so much for watching and joining us. Chris, anything that I forgot?
Thanks UVS Games for including us again in the preview season. We enjoy doing this, and it's really hard to keep a secret for a long time. So I'm glad I got to talk about it finally.
All right, guys. Well, y'all take your screen caps and share it wide and point everyone back to your boys here at Universes Academy. Catch you later, guys.
Like, comment, subscribe, algorithm things. Bye. Woo!